Alright, so good afternoon everyone, especially to you good afternoon. So this afternoon we'll be talking about the lesson 5, which is safety issues in the use of ICT and classroom meeting. So this lesson surrounded by how we're going to assess our students or pupils when it comes to using ICT. So first, let's define first what is the ICT. So in a short term, ICT is a digital tool wherein it uses or it helps for us to, in terms of learning and teaching. So these digital tools such as laptops, cell phones, tablets, and other digital tools. So in terms of using this, we can deny that some of our pupils are usually use this since we are in the first century. So it is necessary for them to be guided when it comes to use this inside our learning environment. So parents and teachers are responsible in which they were going to guide their children, and at the same time, we as a teacher are going to guide them how to use proper way. So there are disadvantages and also the advantages when it comes to use this technology or what we call the tools. So in this lesson, let's proceed to the risk that the students might be encountered. So first, we have exposure to inappropriate content. So this is one of the common issues when it comes to dealing or using in some social media platforms. Since we're going to, we as teachers, we usually require our students to use digital tools for them to be easy accessible. However, we can't deny that during the during the students' work on their homework, sometimes students will be accidentally click some inappropriate images since social media or any digital platforms are in the public. So we can deny that there are some violent content that they might be seen or read. So next one, we have the lifestyle website, lifestyle cars, and suicide. So this is also one of the common issues when it comes to influences. Let's say, for example, when the student or pupils scrolling in particular website, and then most specifically other Facebook platforms, Twitter platforms, and also other platforms that they might saw or read let's say for example, they read some user that says mean things to others. So in this case, they might use it, let's say for example, so sila sa social media o ganyan mga insensitive na words, mga bad words. So it may cause the student, let's say sa mga pupils na instead of, they are finding some sources na mga answers na silang homework, makita po ka may yung distraction at katong nakita nila na post sa isa ka user wherein he use some kanang words na mga influence sa ilaha. Let's say, labi na these days, dali ka kayo na-adapt na kato ang mga pupils sa mga words na nila normal things pero hindi siya. So next one, we have cyberbullying. So this is also common when it comes to social media since mga bata is not really, we can say that they are not really educated when it comes to social media because they are only use it as okay kaya gara or something na use nila social media for spending time just for fun. However, there are some contents na ilahang mahatag na makamark na silang fellow student. Let's say for example, kaya mag-send of pictures sa GC without the permission of the kaning kuan, without the permission of the tao na nasa picture. So that is one of the form of bullying. So since you are sending it on the GC without the permission of the person of the image. So therefore, if you're sending it on your GC, so ang ilahang people na is just for fun. So ma-charge na to siya bullying or dili? Yes, ma-charge na to siya. Is it because you're making it fun? And also, kailangan kitang mag-send ka o message na inappropriate, like, okay mo siya. That is form of bullying. So next one, we have the privacy issues, including disclosure of personal information. So this is one of the most important when it comes to reminding our children or our pupils to please minimize or avoid sharing personal information lalo na sa mga stranger. Kasi because pwede nga ma-use sa stranger ang mga personal information sa mga line transactions. Even mga bata sila, especially mga bata sila, then kailangan sila o enough na guidance. So next one, we have health and well-being.
So next is health and well-being amount of time spending online. So spending more time online or internet gaming and can affect our mental health and physical health. And also, it causes na makadaot siya sa ato, especially sa atong eye, and makakausa siya effect sa atong eye strain, and also sa lack of sleep, and also stress and reduced physical activity. So as a student, dapat is i-minimize nato ang paggamit o digital tools since maka-affect siya sa atong health. Next is prolonged exposure to online technologies at early age. So when children are exposed to the technology, this period can at the young age, maka-affect siya sa developmental, and also to their learning habits and social interaction may cause and also reduce time spent online activities. Online activities and face-to-face communication. Next is addiction to gambling and gaming. So the is that some individuals may become addicted to online games. So, hindi na siya bago na because nowadays, ang addiction nato is sa gaming and then especially to our sa young children nowadays, mas na sila sa mga website, sa online games that they are mag-affect sa ila so that ang ilahang learning is kanang dili ingon anak ka-high because of the internet so that dapat like what I've said dapat i-minimize na natin paggamit ng internet. So dapat naantay ka ng time sa paggamit ng internet so that dili ka nang totally addicted with that. And also mapapano siya sa ato ang poor academic performance test. So maka-affect na siya if you are going to focus on the sa gaming. Next is tip and grudge. So basically, the best scammer and people into giving a personal. So yes, kanang maghatag ka of personal information to us so that ang kanang thief or scammer is mabala nila ato ang information so that dapat aware ka na kita rin nakabalo sa ato ang information sa atong account, sa atong internet website, and also pwede siya mag-lead to the difficulty to identify our information correctly. Next is virus and trojans, spyware and other malware. So these harmful for the software program that can damage computers, steal personal data, and control device proper use, and dapat here in the number 9, dapat ang user ani is dapat na siya knowledgeable siya to use this because dili man pwede mogamit lang ta without proper knowledge so that ang atong computer is pwede siya madaot so dapat natay ka ng knowledge about computer. So, computer. Next is the social pressure to maintain online networks, diba texting and social networking sites. So many people they are pressured to always reply to the message and updates Facebook. So this lead to the distraction of the students and also reduce focus on the important tasks of the studying. So now let's move to the minor misuse of ICT. So, minor misuse of ICT it is as schools refers to kanang inappropriate use of the technology and technology. So first is copying information into assignment and illegal knowledge sources. So this is a plagiarism set. So make sure na sa pag-research that is gikan siya sa ato, kumbaga sa primary source to us. Hindi na ito kailangan nga kanang i-copyright or i-plagiarize ang kanang doing sa uban. Yeah. And this behavior also can violate honesty and prevent students to develop their own understanding and critical thinking skills. So, yeah, dapat we must know if we must know if that is kanang tama ba atong ibuhat so that hindi ta maka-plagiarize sa uban nga works. Next is downloading materials not relevant to their studies. So, of course, when the learners use school's computer or internet access to the downloading gaming, movies, or other related content. So, di mo yan, if we're in school, dapat ang ato lang gina-download is kanang related to our kanang teaching strategies. So, hindi na natin kailangan mag-download ng mga dili magamit na apps sa ato ang classes. Sa classroom para hindi siya maka-distract sa students. So, for example, if we are going to download some gaming apps in our computer, which is hindi siya makagamit or hindi siya makuslan. So, ato na siyang dito because hindi siya pwede nga mapataka ng tao ka ng download na hindi siya appropriate sa ato ang students. Next is misconduct associated with subject logins such as using someone else's password. So, yeah, this is common na. So, yeah, this is common. So, this will happen when a student use another accounts or personal account without the permission of others. Next is stealing a mobile phone turn on during the class period. So, as a teacher, we must know that dili siya pwede nga kanang while na nag-class kita is naka-on ang ato ang gadget so that if that cases na na-open ang ato ang technologies, it can lead with the distraction of our students. Maka-distract sa ato ang students and maka-interrupt siya sa ato ang class. So dapat if kanang naato sa discussion, we're going to turn off all the notification. Okay, wala ka ba that mag-pop up lang siya galit sa ato ang screen so that miskin ang atong student is ganahan na sila maminaw so ma-interact sila or ma-distract sila tungkol sa mga notification yun pop-up sa ato ang screen. Last is unauthorized taking a picture or image without mobile phone camera. So like Lord Gaina Sophie, we need to ask permission to the students. Yeah, we need to ask permission to the students and dapat natin person privacy. This behavior can also lead to bullying or misuse of image online. So first, bago na mag-take pictures, we need to ask permission sa itikang pictures. Next is the safety rules that can reduce the risk of
So good afternoon everyone once again. Now we will tackle about the safety rules that can reduce risk of accident. First one, we have no one trailing wires across or around the room. So as a teacher, you need to the wires kanang dapat dili siya kanang luwag para avoid the accidents of the students, para ma-avoid kanang madagma ang mga students or kanang matakdo. Then, electrical socket should not be overloaded. So, plugging to maybe kanang devices in one socket can cause kanang overheat or kanang mag-cause yaw sunog. Electrical equipment should be safety tested. So, checking equipment regularly, it is very important to check your kanang equipment regularly para to ensure if it is safe to use, especially to kanang elementary teacher. If kanang i-check, you need to check your kanang mga equipments para for the safety na po sa mga students. And there should be adequate space around us for people to move. So it is very important to kanang in elementary setup, no? Kaya para kanang nasa enough space to kanang to move and for them to kanang to maging comfortable po sila sa kanang sa classroom. Heating and ventilation should be suitable for working environment. So in classroom, it is very important to have a temperature, safe temperature for the students para ang mga students hindi sila mag-take good maginaw sa klase, hindi sila mag-batiyo mag-board, so kailangan is kuhaan ang mga students sa proper temperature. Fire extinguishers should be available. So, especially sa classroom, dapat available ang itong mga fire extinguisher para in case simba ko nga kanang ay mga nakita ko nga kanang sunog, so dali lang siya kanang ma-rescue or dali lang siya kanang mapatay na karayo. Fire exit should be clear, marked and free for clutter. So, it is very important to na ang kanang exit should be clearly marked, na dali lang makita ang exit and dili ko siya kanang minsan pag itaon ba, dali lang siya makita para in case of emergency, dali lang siya kanang maluban sa mga bata, especially sa kanang mga bata. Like, na yung mga chances na kanang magkuhan sila, magkaroon nila, kanang may mga accident na mahitabo. So, dili na nila kanang makuhan o kasi sila maato. So, ang kailangan yung kanang, ang exit is kanang, dali lang siya makita and student can leave quickly and in case of kanang emergency, they can leave quickly.
Okay, once again, good afternoon, mom. So now I will continue our topic. So I will discuss the classroom rules making. So at this generation, the school have used the ICT tools like computer, mobile phone, and internet to help us better to learn. To keep our classroom safe and organized and be respectful, we must follow the simple ICT rules. So these rules guide us to become responsible digital users. So kailangan natin malaman yung simple rules para maiwasan natin yung maling paggamit ng devices. So these are the following ICT classroom rules making. So first, take care of the mobile phone or computer devices. So kinakailangan talaga natin ingatan yung mga devices na ginagamit natin. Halimbawa dito sa paaralan, hindi tayo dapat kumain o uminom sa harap ng mga devices para at kapag ginamit natin ito, ingatan natin, kapag hindi na tayo gumamit, i-off na natin. para magamit ka ng mga sumusunod. Next, do not change anything inside the computer. So, changing the settings or installing the applications can cause, without permission to the teacher, can cause the problem. So, like for example, hindi ka dapat download or may change ka dyan na hindi alam ng iyong guro para maiwasan yung problema. So next, ask teacher for help when accessing unfamiliar software. So kapag hindi mo alam yung gagawin mo or gagamitin mo na app, like for example, gumamit ka ng Excel or Canva, tapos hindi mo alam. So, mas mabuti pa, magtanong ka sa classmate mo or sa teacher mo para magamit mo ito ng tama at maiwasan yung pagkakamali. Next, think before you click. So ito, bilang estudyante or gumagamit ng mga ICT tools or devices, so kinakailangan natin magiging maingat sa mga bawat gagawin natin. So like for example, may post ka. So kailangan pag-isipan mo muna ito kung karapat-dapat na ito i-post. Kung tama ba ito or ito ba yung tawag ito? Hindi ba ito makasisira or ito ba ay wasto na dapat pang i-post na hindi makakasira sa iyo bilang tao. So dapat mag-isip mo muna kung ito ay karapat tama.
Good afternoon once again. So we are now on the rule number 5, which is give credit. So when we are going to use pictures, videos, or information from the internet, we should always give credit to the original owner. So we must paraphrase the information or crop the images properly to follow fair use. And most importantly, we should always cite our sources for us to avoid plagiarism and to respect others' work. Next is do not abuse internet data. So when we are going, we should only visit trusted and educational websites during class hours. We should avoid opening unnecessary sites just like online games or streaming platform because it will consume a lot of internet data. And we should always use safe and secure websites to protect our devices and the school network. Next is respect everyone's privacy. So we should protect our personal information by not sharing our password, address, or private details online. We should never download or share someone else's pictures without their permission because respecting privacy shows good digital manners. Next is check your facts. Not everything we see online is actually true. Before we believe or share the information, we should always check if the source is reliable. We should be careful to the fake news and misleading articles. If we are still unsure, we could ask our teachers for help. Next is be responsible. So during video calls, online classes, or presentation, we should always be neat and well-groomed. So wearing professional attire because we should wear proper attire because it will show respect our teachers and the classmates and also help maintain a professional learning environment. And the last is ICT guidance and support. So we should teach our classmates to use computer and internet properly. And we should always be kind and gentle when we are guiding others, especially the beginners. And if we encounter problem or if we feel confused, we could ask guidance and support to our teachers. So in conclusion, following this ICT classroom rule making will help us become a responsible, respectful, and safe digital citizen. So we should use technology wisely and for learning purposes. Thank you everyone and good day.
Yan pala.